We all want to take care of our loved ones, especially the elderly loved ones, and we want to make sure that they age successfully. So joining me right now is Rachel Cab Efron, who's an attorney at Cab Law, to talk about elderly care and planning. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
You had mentioned the last time you were here, the legend, Fred Griffith, was here. Right. So it's been a while. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Now, let's talk about the services that Cab Law offers to families and the elderly especially.
Well, so many times families come into a law firm when their parent is facing a nursing home stay, and they're totally afraid about the cost of that care. And so the Cab Law firm deals with the care, legal, and financial needs of the elderly. So whether it's getting them qualified for Medicaid, protecting life savings, or helping with how to talk to a parent, all of those services are under our umbrella of services at the Cab Law firm.
I would think that, yeah, I know it's expensive for the care of the elderly in the homes, but talking to a parent, I mean, the advice that you have to give them, it's got to be heart-wrenching to some families and kids knowing that they're going to try to talk to their family about that.
Well, it's so difficult because you tend to ignore the warning signs as they come along, and then you wait for the crisis. And anytime you're in a crisis, that's not a good time to necessarily be talking to your parent. So I always advise trying to talk sooner, as soon as a crisis starts to hit and they're in a danger zone. But the risk of not talking to a parent when they start to see signs of trouble is going to be an expensive proposition when the only choice that they have is a nursing home. So we want to try and deal with the care issues, on the elder care continuum before they get to that point of no return, if you will. Now,
I've personally heard of elder law, but I haven't heard of the life planning when it comes to the elderly. Explain and what the difference or the similarities are.
The biggest thing is it's the difference between being elder-centered and being asset-centered. So anybody can take a parent's money and just move it and then hope for the best. With life care planning, we incorporate social workers and care coordinators on staff to deal with all of those care issues. So they come in worried about the money, but then we end up having to turn the discussion to how do we get good care? How do we do it in the least restrictive environment? And how do we, support the family in whatever needs that they have?
So when it comes to decisions about their life savings, I mean, the services that your law firm, usually you don't hear of a law firm talking about, financial and life savings. So talk about that and why that's making you so unique.
Well, the big thing is that when you're facing an $8,000 a month bill or home care that costs
a month,
$8,000 to $10,000, $12,000 sometimes. So trying to figure out how you take the person who doesn't have, tons of money and, get them, so that they don't lose everything. It's critical to have, have the conversation, have a plan, have the right legal documents in place, whether it's a power of attorney, living will. We want to try and avoid court intervention whenever possible, because that is where it gets really expensive. But that nursing home bill is a big, scary thing, and so we want to make sure that we are addressing that and making sure that we maybe get some veterans benefits to help with that, or Medicaid benefits. And again, the more we can do in the home to prevent the nursing home stay in the first place is really the best way to plan.
You need the support not only from your family and friends, but from companies like yours, because, I mean, you take away, if they have some physical issues, then the financial can be draining, not only for them, but for their loved ones as well.
Right, absolutely. We have one client where, we're her daily outreach, so, she looks for that support, so we're happy to provide it.
Well, there you go, Cab Law for your daily outreach on Chagrin Boulevard in Beechwood, 216-991-5222. Go to cablaw.com for more information. Thank you for all that you're doing.
Thanks.
All right, when we come back.